Hello and welcome to the channel. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we are essentially all about coloring. Now you can see here in the thumbnail that there are no colors because it is Introduction to Coloring after all. That's the name of today's puzzle. So line art only, colors, well you can see Sleuth here has got a range of colored pencils on the side of the desk there and needs to basically start applying some colors to add a bit of energy and excitement and vibrancy to this picture. Well, I imagine that's what we have ahead of us today in this particular puzzle. Now notice that I spelt colouring with a U. Correct spelling, Queen's English after all. And that's because the constructor here, Silverscree, also knows how to spell it with Introduction to Colouring with a U. We've got a fairly simple set of rule sets here. We've got normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply. So that means we have to place the digits 1 to 6 in every row, in every column, and you can see in every 2x3 box that we have here, that's one box, that's another, etc. Now we also have anti-king. So cells that are diagonally adjacent may not share a digit. So I'm just going to make up an example here. If that's a 1, normally, under normal Sudoku rules, that means not in the row, not in the column, not in the box either. But in today's anti-king rules, that also means not diagonally here either. So in a 6x6 grid in particular, I think that's going to be immensely powerful. For example, I picked this particular one, but with this one, it's none of these in this box. It's also none of these in this box. You immediately can say whatever's in here can only be in one of these two cells. Okay. What else do we have? Palindromes. The grey lines form palindromes. They read the same digit either way you read them. They are all 3-cell palindromes, so it's not that difficult. In essence, the two ends of these lines are going to be the same digit. 1, for example, or 2, whatever that may be. But remember, the two ends are basically going to be the same digits in these different lines. 4 of them that we need to keep in mind. And then the last rule that we have here is the little killer rule. So the digits along the indicated diagonals, these are the ones that are outside of the grid, sum to the given total. Digits may repeat if allowed by other rules. So a simple one here is this 5. You can see that there is an arrow pointing in that direction, means that these two cells have to add up to 5. They happen to be in the same box, so they're either 1, 4 or 2, 3. But this 18 diagonal that you can see here, this little killer clue, well, under all the rules that we just heard, if this is a 1, nothing stops us from being a 1, nothing stops that from being a 1. We can certainly repeat digits under these rule sets. Well, that's all the rules we have today. If you fancy a little bit of colouring, which I'm sure we're going to need to do a little bit to actually solve this puzzle, I mean the clue is very much in the name here, well, link will be in the description down below. And with that said, let me restart the clock and see how I get on. So something that I'm immediately tempted to do is to do a bit of colouring, because really, to be fair, there's not a whole lot of information that we've been given. So let's make this a bit more explicit. Let's say that this is purple, this is blue, this is also purple because of the palindromes. This would be green, and therefore this would be green as well. Can I go any further than that? Not necessarily, obviously. I mean, I am going to just carry on, but I don't know if necessarily that helps us. So we know the purple, yellow, and red are here. And that's not purple because this cell would see it diagonally. And these are green, green, blue, and orange. Now I think the green we can actually do, because this green is here. We also know it can't be here, so these are not green. That is green, as shocking as that sounds. We can actually place some of these digits. Greens tells us that there is a green somewhere in here. A green somewhere in here. And that can't be a green, because otherwise it would repeat in this box. can't be a blue either. Look at that. That's not blue. Therefore, that's not orange. That is orange. Therefore, we need an orange somewhere up here. I don't know if I'm going to keep persisting with the flashes. I think that's going to get too much very quickly. You can see blues are also fairly restricted, so blue has to be in one of these. Not in there as a result, in one of these. Not in there, not here. Yeah, not sure. Where was I? I've completely lost track of where I was. We can actually tell where purple is in this box. It's got to be there since the orange has taken this cell. Yellow is in neither of these. It's in here somewhere. Red is not there. Red is in here. Green is not there. Green is in here. And then we can't tell where blue is, unfortunately. Now, we can tell, though, we've got all of these. We need a red and green. That can't be green because it's next to this diagonal. That is red. That is green. That's not green. It's bizarre that I haven't fixed this weird flashing thing that's going on. I didn't restart my computer, so that is certainly my mistake, but very annoying. I can tell you that. I'm sorry, I'm just having a think around what these are. So we know it's blue, green, or yellow. We know green is down here. This is blue or yellow, which is not hugely helpful. Which also means whichever one this isn't, it's in here. Yeah, not sure about this. We've done this palindrome, we've done this palindrome, we've done this palindrome. That's the only one we haven't done. So whatever this cell is, it's there. Here's an example. If this is yellow, that's yellow, that's yellow. None of these are yellow. And now I've broken them because I have to put a yellow right next to, as in diagonally, next to another yellow. So these are actually all red. These are not red. Therefore, this is not red either. This is red. That's not green. That's blue or yellow. It's not yellow because that's diagonal, so that would be the blue. Yellow can't be in here. This is yellow, and this is green. Therefore, this is blue. We need a yellow in here. Neither of these are yellow. This one is in yellow because you can see you've got a yellow and purple there. That is yellow. Therefore, that's not yellow. That is not orange. We know what this is. That's purple. We need a blue and an orange. See, orange tells us that's not the orange. That's blue. That's orange. That's not yellow. That's not purple. We need a purple in here somewhere. That's the purple. What am I missing? Orange. We need a green. It's not here. That's the green. That is yellow. And that is blue. Right. So we have colored it all. I'm just kind of making some assumptions in the beginning. Now, I imagine we are down to the little killer clues to try and figure out what on earth is going on. So these two are 1, 2, 3, or 4. Because we know it's either a 1-4 pair or a 2-3 pair. Kind of a shame that I picked the two sort of highest colors, if you think about rainbows as in here. And they end up being the two, of the two lowest digits that we have available. I am not gonna go around randomly coloring everything. Let's think about, we don't know much about the 9. Do we not? We know that these are 1, 2, 3, or 4, as in 1, 4, or 2, 3. So they eliminate a lot of options that can add up to 9, actually. Because if it's 1, 4, then, well, 1, 8 was never an option. 2, 7 was never an option. So it actually only eliminates, because this is either 3, 6, or 4, 5. This would eliminate the other 3 or 4. And that's about it, really. That wasn't very helpful. So, 18 cage. 18, sorry, not cage. Little killer clue. So we have purple, blue twice, no yellow, green, orange, and red. So we've replaced the yellow, whatever that value is, with 2 blues. And that, of course, makes sense, because if we actually had 6 different colors, then that would imply we have the digits 1 to 6 along this diagonal, which would add up to 21, not 18. So we subtracted yellow and added blue. And yellow has to be 4 or larger. And if I'll explain how I got to that. If this blue was a yellow, it would be at 21. So the difference between this blue and yellow is at least a 3. And because obviously there are no digits in here that are 0, yellow is at least a 4. So yellows, which again is not very helpful to know, at this point is 4, 5, or 6. Which again doesn't really help us, I don't think. Does it not? So if this is 2, 3, yeah, I think this actually helps. So if this is 2, 3, this has to be 4, 5, and this would be 6, and then this would be 1. And that would break because of the 18. We just said that yellow has to be 3 more than blue. And if I sort of show you what that is again, if that's 2, 3, we still need to get to 9. I've taken 3, 6 off as an option. The only other option that's remaining is 4, 5. That forces this to be a 6. That forces this to be a 1. And now the difference between these two, between 6 and 1, is 5, not 1, not 3, which is exactly what we need it to be to get to 18. So the other possibility is that this is a 1, 4 pair, meaning I need to place 3 and 6 in here, meaning these are 2 5s. And I think that totally works because, and this would be the higher digit, the yellow would be the 5, the blue would be the 2, and there is our answer. So this is not a 2, 3 pair, and in fact I am going to change all of these now to 5s. I am going to change all of these to 2s, and we clearly need this 17 cage. Sorry, I don't know, I keep calling them cages. 17 little killer clue to try and disambiguate what these are. You've got 2 purples and an orange. And we're going to have to figure out what this is. So we've got a 7, meaning we have a 10 remaining. So 2 purples and an orange would be 10. 2 purples clearly are not 6s, otherwise we'd be already at 12. And 2 3s would get us a 6. This would have to be a 4, which is a possible option. So that all looks solid to me. So these are 3. These are 6. These are 4. And if I've not made any mistakes, red is 1. And that's the solution to today's puzzle. I mean, it's a very natural flow, this particular puzzle. I guess, it very much spells out to you that you have to be thinking about color. So you go in there thinking about the palindromes, thinking about the anti-king moves, as well as obviously normal Sudoku rules. And you're fairly quickly able to color this grid. And then you're down to a few obvious deductions about these smaller little killer clues. I think the 18 was very helpful as well to think about the relationship between blue and yellow, to basically just make a bit of a breakthrough and solve this puzzle. Lovely puzzle, Silverscree. Although I'm aware that there is another one from you that's even higher rated than this one, but I think this was fantastic. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's puzzle as much as I have in the video. Let me know in the comments as per usual. And with that said, I'll see you back for the next one. Bye for now.